You can call it an underdog, you can call it a dark horse, you can call it a surprise, but let's not call it a Mavic clone. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on the new Parrot ANAFI and whether or not this is actually a contender in the drone industry. Stay tuned, let's talk about it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Phones, Drones, and Tech. I'm your host, Original Dobo, and if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button at the end of the video. The Parrot ANAFI was announced last week on Wednesday in New York City, and Billy actually got a chance to go out there hands-on. If you haven't seen his video, I'll include a card here or a link in the description below. By now, I'm sure a lot of people have. But I've been mostly quiet about this drone just because I didn't know a lot about it, and I sort of... That's a boom. That is a boom. I may just leave that. I'm probably just gonna leave that. Where was I before I got hit in the head with the mic? So I didn't say a lot about it. I've been mostly quiet, and a lot of people asked if I was going to voice my opinion or show any interest in this drone, and I am. I have a soft spot in my heart for Parrot just because that was my first drone that actually got me addicted and hooked on buying drones and flying them. So let's just quickly run through the specs of what we get here as far as the camera goes. Camera can shoot 4K up to 30 FPS. It does have 60 FPS, but it's only 1080p. There's no presence of 120p, so if you want to slow your footage down, you're going to have to rely on 1080p to do so. Not really a bad thing. The gimbal is stabilized in 3 axes. 2-axis mechanical, and then that third is stabilized with software. A lot of cameras actually do this. I don't know whether it be a cost issue or maybe this is just because of the design of the camera, how unique it is. Other feature is that the camera can go 180 degrees, meaning it can face straight down or go straight up. Awesome. I've never seen a camera do that, so that's definitely a standout feature. It features a 21 megapixel compact sensor. So for everybody who was hoping that a 1-inch sensor would be present, we're not getting a 1-inch sensor here, and it's honestly not a big deal because we have 21 megapixels to work with. It also shoots HDR, which is another added plus. It has 2.8 times optical zoom, which is lossless, which means that we're not going to lose any clarity in the pixels, which I think is a huge thing. I wish more drones included something like this. There is no inclusion of obstacle avoidance, and honestly, I don't even know where you would put it in the front of this with the camera. I mean, I'm sure they could have put it somewhere, but there's not any here, which, you know, take it or leave it. I never use it, so it's not a big deal for me, but somebody who's maybe a new drone pilot may rely on it a little bit more heavily than somebody else. The overall design of this is very subdued. It's not like anything we've ever seen from Parrot before. It is a carbon fiber body. If you read the description, at least on their website, it's infused carbon fiber, so it's supposed to be extra rigid, super secure, and durable, which is different because a lot of the bebops were made out of styrofoam, which was an interesting choice in materials back then. So it's nice to see a very premium material being used. The controller to me looks a lot like an Xbox controller, and the overall ergonomics look very similar too. One of the things I like about that is because this is very comfortable to fly, and I can only imagine that using the Parrot controller would be very similar. You'd be able to get a really nice grip and be able to control. And from what I've heard, in talking with Billy, he said the sticks were very, very smooth. And that's a big plus because if you're trying to do a nice roll, you want to have a smooth stick so you're not getting that herky-jerky movement. So that's good to see, something like that there. Battery time is getting you 25 minutes of flight time, which is sort of, you know, really not that bad. I know we rag on battery time a lot, but if you think about the Mavic Air is only getting 17 minutes or so, 20 minutes in total. This is 25. The Phantoms are 30. Yeah, it's not bad. 25 minutes, I'll take it. And if the batteries are moderately priced, that's another added bonus, which I don't know if they are priced out anywhere. If they are, somebody tell me in the description below. I'll make sure to update the body of the video. The other thing that's awesome is that this drone is actually going to be available to ship on the 2nd of July. So we're in June right now. They announced it last week. They put on their website, put all the information like immediately after the event. And we have a date when it's going to be available. Not only that, Best Buy has it up for pre-order. Carolina Drones is going to have it for pre-order very soon, if it's not already there. So 2 places where you can get your hands on with it. So for me, that's a big plus. Being able to actually purchase a drone after it's been announced, that is how you do a product release. You announce it, you post it, and then people buy it. Not mention any names, I'll tell. So all in all, I think that the ANAFI is definitely an interesting drone. It's also boasting that it's pretty quiet as well, which is going to be perfect because for me, the Mavic Air, although it's a great drone, perfect for traveling, it's very loud. And while I'm not trying to go totally undetected, I don't want to be that obnoxious guy on the beach with this really loud buzzing. The other thing I like about this is the props are very small, which means that we don't have to worry about them getting into our shots or ruin it. There's nothing worse than thinking you got a shot all lined up and then props are in it and totally ruin it for you. So this will be cool to see whether or not this actually can compete or go head to head with the Mavic. I think this is going to be sort of in its own niche of UAV. So whether or not it can or can't, I don't think it really matters because people will like this because of that 180 camera, or they'll find a use for it and they don't want to pay premium dollar for a pro drone that does flip the camera 180 degrees so maybe they can inspect the underside of a bridge or something. So all in all, at the end of the day, this is going to be a great buy for somebody. I think it's coming in at $699, which is just perfectly priced. If I had to say, I did not expect Parrot to be the one to come in and say, hey, we're going to announce this drone. We're going to do it for $699 and we're going to do it better because you can buy it on this day. That was sort of savage. That was really awesome. But Parrot did it and they did it really well. And you know, another thing I really like is the fact that they gave a chance for smaller YouTubers to get their hands on with it. I think that's important. That shows community support. So kudos to you, Parrot, for doing that. And looking forward to get my hands on with this product when it does become available. It's going to be an interesting unit. So stay tuned for more of that. I'm going to go ice my head from getting hit with a boom. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay original.